First of all, I want to watch Heavyweights because that was brought up to me.
Dude, Heavyweights is such a good movie.
When was that movie? Did that movie come out in the 90s or early 2000s?
It had to have been 90s.
Second of all, one of Ben Stiller's best.
I'm gonna guess 1996.
It is a great
1995.
Movie. Good job.
That was a good
Anyway,
guess.
that movie is good because it's not raunchy, right?
Correct.
You can show it at camp.
Correct.
And it's a movie about camp.
Correct.
The story is actually pretty solid, and it legitimately is funny. Here's the other big test. Sometimes you watch movies, and the nostalgia thinks that you like that movie, and then you go back and watch it, and that movie is straight cheeks. It's terrible. It's an awful movie. That is not one of those movies.
Right.
That's a great movie.
I was listening to the Bad Friends podcast today, which inspired our cover art for the video or for our podcast, and there are movies like that you like. I know I've said many times on this podcast they don't make movies like that anymore, which they don't. But there's just a quality that you don't like. Any like comedy that there's like just a couple funny parts, and it's kind of hard to watch through the whole thing.
A lot of comedy is just straight like sexual raunch too.
Yeah.
Like there isn't
they
like
use that as
it's like the buffer like that they
Yeah.
just push.
But like Heavyweights is one of those movies where like I'll say it again, they just don't make movies
Get on
like
the scale, get off the scale.
Yeah.
Like that's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, great movie. I watched The Mighty Ducks the other day. Another great.
Don't hurt me, but I've never seen any of them. As a person that loves hockey, I haven't.
I wouldn't
seen
hurt you anyway, but
I do need to see them.
I mean, there's with those kind of movies is like there's
It's
a
not
sense of
sentimental
nostalgia.
to me
Yeah, there's a
because
sense
I
of
never saw
nostalgia
them.
to it. So like it was cool watching back. Quack, 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 quack.
See, this
like,
means nothing.
See, that means nothing to you.
Yeah,
So
it's like everyone that talks about Harry Potter.
What
I've
other
never
movies
touched
like that
any
are
of
there?
that. Sentimental to you?
yeah, like
Sentimental to me, honestly, are a lot of Disney movies. Yeah, so like Lion King was huge for
Hercules?
me. Hercules.
Tarzan.
Who was I with you? No, I just watched Hercules like 2 months ago with the Ott brothers, and it
God bless
was a
them.
banger, man.
God
Loved
bless
it.
them. Yeah, there's just like say it again for the third time on this episode. They just don't make movies like that anymore, and it's sad because like I feel like
Why? What is missing?
I feel like people just try too hard. I know that this is controversial, but especially the remakes where like the Ghostbusters, for instance, when you try and just like blast femininity into it and try to like Ghostbusters, the Oceans movies, they like
That one legitimately. Here's the thing. That wasn't even the girl's fault. The movie just sucked.
Yeah. When you try to recreate because like you're trying to blast
For the sake of doing
femininity into my face, like you're gonna miss the mark because like people that you're trying to target for that movie is already gonna go into that movie rolling their eyes because you're trying too hard to like push that down their throat. Like there are a lot of like great movies out there. Like there's a movie called Hot Mom's Christmas or something like that. I can't remember what it. Bad Mom's Christmas, maybe. It was really good. It came out a couple years ago. It's its own standalone thing. Let's see, Bad Mom. Yeah, A Bad Mom's Christmas. Very raunchy, but it's like funny because it can stand on its own. When you try to like recreate something
With just enough twist that you can get some money from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
So, but like there are also a lot of just bad movies that like there are a couple funny scenes in it, but
When did this era stop? Because you think Shrek's early 2000s, that still sits.
I'm gonna say 2012.
in
When I became a legal
what was in
adult,
2000 when you became a legal adult.
that's
it
when
ended.
movies stopped being good.
They knew that you were going to become a legal adult, so they stopped trying.
Did you watch Kong versus Godzilla yet?
No, I wanted to. I haven't been to a movie theater since.
It's on HBO Max.
I don't have HBO.
I'll give you my login.
Oh, my life's ruined. Okay.
Yeah. HBO,
Is it good?
It has all the DC superhero movies on it. It has all the King Kong, Godzilla, Curb Your Enthusiasm is on there, of course. It's pretty good. Me and Laura watched it Saturday night, I think. It was pretty good. I would say like a
Worth watching, but not like you gotta
like a
see it.
6.5 out of 10.
Average.
It was good.
Just like
Yeah, it was-
thriller movie.
It was like it wasn't. I don't feel like I wasted my time watching it, but I wasn't on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
So it was a good like
Like, okay, it was a movie.
yeah. So it was pretty good. Another good movie, like Vacation. That wasn't a movie where they like put a female as the lead, but they like tried to reboot it and it was bad.
Yeah.
The one with what's his name? Ed Helms,
Sure.
the guy from The Office.
Yeah.
Andy from The Office.
Isn't that the one that has that hilarious scene where that kid sits in the back of the car and looks out the window and it's like a cute girl and she's waving at him and then his little brother like puts a plastic bag over his head?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, that's
That's kind of funny.
yeah. It's okay, but there was another movie that I watched.
Meet the Millers is something with
We're
a
the
similar.
Millers?
Yeah, that one's awesome.
Yeah, that's a great movie. I watched something the other day. Oh, Mr. Right. That's on Netflix.
Explain.
It's got
More.
Anna Kendrick in it. Like he's a spy, CIA like killer guy, and he like falls in love with this girl, and then she finds out that he like kills people for a living.
Who's the guy?
Did you see Iron Man 2?
Yeah,
The guy who creates all the weapons, who like tries to.
it's not gonna ring a bell for me.
Okay, I can't think.
Thanks
of
for
his
doing
name.
the poll though. No, I've never seen it.
It's a great movie. Sam Rockwell,
Nope. Doesn't ring a bell.
this guy,
Nope.
he's in Iron Man 2.
Interesting.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah,
Let's see.
not ringing it for me.
Iron Man.
Mr. Right.
Mr. Right. It's on Netflix. It's
I'm just a loser when it comes to the stuff
That
that I
guy?
watch on there. Hey, he looks great.
yeah, he's a handsome guy.
He wasn't handsome in some of those pictures you just showed.
Oh,
His hair was cut straight. What's wrong with him?
yeah.
What is
It's
he
probably
doing at?
for a role.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the
I mean, look, he's a good looking guy. Good looking
yeah,
guy.
he's a good looking guy.
He's a good looking guy.
He's a good
He's
looking guy.
52.
He's 52.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Sheesh. Yeah.
I think 2012 was where. Because that's
You
when-
have. Here's the thing.
That's when The Dark
You
Knight-
can't put that unless you have like the movie that ended the era. You have to do that now. So what came out in 2012?
Was
Just
that
look
when
up like.
Dark Knight came out?
Okay, so making movies like that, you mean they have a factor of nostalgia? Is that what you mean by that?
No, just they're not good.
No movie since then has been good.
The Joker was good.
There's a lot of movies in 2018 I saw when I had Movie Pass and watched 30 of them.
Dude, Peanut Butter Falcon was really good.
Yeah. Shia LaBeouf. Mm-hmm. A lot of my
Let's see.
favorite movies have come out past 2012, so you better calm down.
Best movies of all time. The Dark Knight is the
Well, when was that
top
released?
one. Avengers was in 2019. Inception was 2010. That was fine.
I will say this. There will be nothing like the first time, and I don't know if you remember this, the first time on screen when you saw the original Avengers movie, when
Oh,
you
yeah.
saw all of those superheroes
Even
together.
Age of Ultron. I
in
really
one
liked.
no, it didn't matter. In one movie because it had never been done before. And it was amazing.
Dude, Airplane's a great one. Up, classic. What year did Up come out?
When did Up come out? Past 2012, I'll tell you that.
Way before 2012.
No, not before.
Up
After.
was before.
After
Up.
2012.
Was 2009.
Are you serious?
Up was 2009.
I'm getting old.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's 12 years ago.
No, it was not 12 years ago. It was 9 years ago.
Is it Are we in 2018?
2012. 12 plus 8's 20. Add
Yeah,
1.
2009.
Oh, you're talking about that
Up
movie.
came out in 2009.
I thought you were saying
it's not
the vintage
2018.
thing, yeah, bro, I'm living in the past. You know that.
It's 12 years ago. Can you believe that?
That sucks.
I was just thinking about that today. So I'm a cancer survivor, and I had my checkup today, and I have to go back in 2 years. And I'm like, next
sorry,
time
you
I
just-
go, I'm gonna be 29,
Yeah.
almost 30.
You remind me of a guy that comes into our shop, the coffee shop, and every single time that he comes up, he tells us how he's a disabled vet. I'm like, we know you're a disabled vet. You say that every time you come in.
Is he disabled?
Yeah,
Like mentally?
no. Well, maybe that. He's not physically too disabled.
Too disabled? Does he have like
He's
a
single disabled.
wooden
I don't know. He's a
leg?
little quirky.
But
But anyway.
gotcha. I mean, when you've seen some stuff,
Oh, absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
it cleans you out.
So here's what I wanted to jump on when I said, "Oh, I got it."
Oh, it
When
wasn't heavyweights.
Well, it was based off heavyweights. Did you go to camp as a kid?
I did.
Tell
For
me about
1
your.
year.
That was it.
1 year I went
Well,
to camp.
tell
It
me
was
about
church
your
camp.
camp experiences.
I
Was
have
it a,
two
was it a
distinct
vacation
memories.
Bible school camp? Did you go
It was Church of God camp.
to camp? I don't know what that means.
It's
I
Church of
do
God
know
camp.
what that is, but I don't know what that means because I never did it as a kid.
Okay,
you
so
need to explain.
I have 2 memories from camp. Okay? Actually, I have 3 memories from camp. And this is it. Number 1,
You blacked out the rest of the camp.
my uncles were camp counselors. So
What?
I got to see them the whole time.
Were they your camp counselor?
No, but they were both on security, so they would literally ride golf carts around all night.
Yeah.
Number 2, there was a girl that sang in the band that I was
In love with.
in love with. I mean, I was
Just smitten.
8 or 9.
Oh, absolutely.
And
But
she was
was
probably
She was an absolute gospel fox.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I remember at the very last day of camp, I went up and told her that I thought she was pretty.
And? Guess it wasn't Laura.
I don't
so
know
guess it didn't work
where
out.
she is in her life, but
How much older was she than you?
she was probably 14 and I was like
Oh, that
8.
was it?
Yeah.
Oh, so there was a fighting chance. I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about someone who was like in their 20s,
No,
like
no.
was doing the camp stuff.
Number 3, we were playing in the pool and some of the camp counselors who in my mind were like 30, but they were probably 18. One of them
that's
was
probably
like
absolutely true.
kept dunking us underwater, and I almost drowned. Like he kept dunking me underwater,
And I
I'd come
almost
up
died.
with, and then he would dunk me again, and I like thought I was gonna die because I kept getting dunked. I mean,
Yeah.
I was a weak little 8-year-old.
Yeah.
You know? I was puny a little.
You didn't say, you're like, stop, no.
I did. But me coming up under the out of the water, my time was spent gasping for air. I didn't have time or breath or air to say stop.
Yeah.
And that was the only time I ever went to camp. I almost died. I fell in love, and I got to hang with my
Dude,
uncles.
that's every kid's experience with camp. That's what's crazy.
Never kissed a girl.
The emotions are high. The
but it was church
danger
camp.
is high.
Yeah. And then whenever I was like 12 and 13, I did summer camp at the YMCA, but it was like basically day camp.
You go there.
So
and
I
you come back,
I
you
did
go there, come back.
skateboarding camp, I did baseball camp, I did adventure where we.
It's not the same if you don't stay overnight.
Yeah,
Day camps.
that's it. Did you go to camp?
So I went to camp and I was a camp counselor for quite a bit.
I always wanted to be a camp counselor, but
It
it never
is the same as ministry. It looks really fun, but a lot of the
Exhausting.
glory is not seen in the day to day. There is nothing. My favorite part of camp as a camp counselor when the kids left at Friday at 9
Mm-hmm.
o'clock. That's my favorite part of camp because then you immediately fell asleep for 5 hours because
I've
you were
also-
dying.
At the same
the
camp
week.
that I attended, I've played in a band a couple times there, but we didn't stay all night. We would like show up for.
It is kind of cool still though to like
Yeah.
be a part of camp. Like
Yeah.
you're just in a different avenue of it.
Yeah, I think it was like not this past summer, but summer of 2019, I believe. I got to play electric guitar at the camp. A year before, I got to lead worship or play drums or something. I don't remember. I've played at so many different things.
You
that
didn't even go to retreats or anything like that? Like a weekend, fall, winter, high
like
school retreats?
2 months ago, I played at a retreat at a church down in Cincinnati, but I've never stayed overnight. Actually, that's not true. That's not true. What's wrong with me? There's a camp. Actually with the same people that I played with like 2 months ago. I stayed. It was like 3 days, and I stayed, and for the band. Had my food covered, lodging obviously covered because we were in cabins. But yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you missed out.
Always been church stuff.
Missed out on the camp vibes. Well, I mean, me too. But I've had it from the kids' perspective. I've had it from the
you ever have church
counselor
lock-ins?
perspective. Yeah.
Dude, those were the days.
Yeah.
Church lock-ins.
Yeah. Church lock-ins for us, I mean, even as a kid, church lock-ins by like 4 or 5 a.m., you're tanking so hard.
Oh, dude, I would always all night it.
Just
Always all night it.
We would always, this was just us, we would end it by going to breakfast at Burger King. Everyone was just asleep in the Burger King. Like, no one even ordered breakfast. We just showed up at Burger King and took up every single one of their seats and slept in them. That's not true. There's some
When was
kids
the
that
last
would do
time you
food,
pulled an all-nighter?
When's the last time I pulled an all-nighter?
No. You over there. When was the last time you
Gosh
pulled...
dang it. Okay. Hey, you guy. Would you pull that all-nighter?
Who else would I be talking to?
Shut up.
Okay.
When I was back home in between completing my master's and getting a job at Grace, because all I did was work at a coffee shop. So there were some days I didn't have work, and I would just, this is how I knew it was so unhealthy. I would like wake up at 2 p.m., 3 p.m., but I would go to bed at like 6 or 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. And I would just stay up all through the night, like playing video games or watching movies. And it was awful because no one else is awake when you're awake.
Yeah.
And the world is just different when everything is quiet and shut down. You
I
can't go
haven't-
do anything.
I haven't pulled an all-nighter
I did it all the time in college. But
in a long time. Right after I graduated, I was like, I had just graduated and I was waiting to go to another job, and I was working overnight at McDonald's, and that was a lot.
How is
I was
that?
19, dude. It was awesome. It was
slow,
awesome.
very slow.
It was the one by Kings Island, the McDonald's right there by Kings
So does that
Island.
mean it's So does that mean it's busier?
well,
or-
it was overnight. It was
Is that area busy like cut out Kings Island? Is that area busy anyway with like traffic of local people and stuff?
Yeah, people commuting to work and whatnot, but it was so cool. I worked the drive-through, which I mean we would get maybe 2 or 3 orders an hour overnight, like through the night. So this was 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. And
That's still crazy that people are ordering food at like 3 in the morning.
yeah, a lot of cops.
Okay.
But I would roll breakfast burritos all night while I was running the drive-through also. So
Which still isn't hard when
Tortilla-
there's only 2 or 3.
tortilla
all night.
all night.
Oh, you'd set them up for that one.
Tortilla, and then I would like clean stuff too. So like I would make sweet tea for the next day. You make the sweet tea, and we would store them in these giant
Yeah, they're like big
square,
metal. Well,
things.
for us, they're big metal.
But tortilla, a scoop of the egg,
Oh man, you working at McDonald's? You know all the secrets.
cut the
now,
cheese
huh?
in half, put them on one side, fold it up, put them in the thing.
Does it bother you to eat McDonald's knowing how it's all made?
No, because people always think that like, yeah, McDonald's is crap, but like their chicken, it's like real 100% chicken. It's not like, what people
Well, the
think.
nuggets aren't.
The nuggets aren't, but like
the chicken is chicken.
selects, the chicken breasts, all that stuff. It's like actual real chicken, but yeah, I mean, I really liked it. I had an awesome manager. Like I could use my phone all night. I would listen to music, or like I would text people, or
Isn't this
I would watch Netflix.
You didn't
on-
have that job very long, right? Did you say you didn't work
like
there
2
for-
months.
Yeah, it's not a long time. Yeah.
Maybe 6 weeks. But I went.
And why did you stop?
Because I got a job. Like I was while I waited for this other job to become available.
I see.
So,
But you know what's the worst? Tell me if you've ever had this happen. When you get chicken nuggets, which sauce did you get? I'm a sweet and sour kid.
I would
Green
either
top.
do ranch or
Barbecue is red top, right?
barbecue's red top. I would do
What's purple?
purple
one?
is Asian zing, I think.
Okay.
But I would do ranch, not together. Ranch, barbecue,
Comma.
or a buffalo and a ranch, and you dip them in.
Ah, yeah.
That's some good.
So, when you get the chicken nugget and you bite into it, and I don't know what it is. I'm gonna assume it's like cartilage or something, and it's like a little ball, and you get that tooth feeling.
Yep.
That like
Yep.
grossest thing ever. And as a kid, you power through because you're like, these are my chicken
I also
nuggets.
hate whenever I
But-
find shrimp tails in
I
my.
hate that.
I hate when I find shrimp tails in my cinnamon toast crunch.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Did you not see that news article about the guy who is dating Topanga from Boy Meets World? He found shrimp tails in his cinnamon toast crunch.
What?
You've never heard of this?
How?
You've never heard of this?
First of all, how old's Topanga now?
Oh, I don't know. Probably 40. Shrimp and
Shrimp in my cereal.
Yeah, man says he found shrimp tails in Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
How?
I don't know. How old is Topanga?
That's a very important question.
What is her name?
So that
Lawrence?
I don't.
Topanga Lawrence. Topanga.
Is that her legit name? It's not her.
Danielle Fisher.
Yeah, that's not her real name.
Can you guess how old
No.
you think she is?
Well, here's the thing. When
Danielle
was
Fishel.
Boy Meets World was in the 90s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was like it was just a bit too. I was too young to
1993 to 2000.
really appreciate it. Which means I like in '93 when it started, I would have been 1, and when it was over, I would have been 7.
How old do you think
Or
she
8.
is? Guess.
Late 30s, early 40s. Am I in the ballpark? 39.
That's
right?
exactly it.
I know.
4 years older than my wife.
Man, Topanga.
Yep.
Sometimes you kind of lose age.
She was the
with
crush.
people.
She was the crush.
She wasn't a crush for me.
Really?
I don't remember.
Who was your
who it
childhood crush?
Yeah, that's a good
Star.
point. When did the first Transformers come out?
Megan Fox.
Yeah, until she got all the plastic surgery, and then I
Yeah.
became afraid of her.
Dude, Megan Fox. She was a crush.
That's when Shia LaBeouf was at his prime before he dipped into
Before he went
to the indie.
nuts.
Oh, he's still got some good indie stuff, but he just
Megan Fox is 34.
that's
She's
it.
a year younger than my wife,
Wow,
which is weird.
Megan Fox. Man, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Childhood crush.
Anybody?
The Olsen twins was a crush for me.
Absolutely not.
No? Really?
Have you seen them now?
Unfortunately. Let's see. Childhood crush.
Do like 90s, early 2000s. See if that'll pull
1990s.
stuff.
Ooh, Lizzie McGuire.
Nope. Although that was big.
Of course, Jennifer Aniston.
Why is this so hard?
Amanda Bynes.
No, she was too bro-y. I was like, she'd be great to hang out with. She'd be really funny to hang out with. She'd
Dude,
be one of
Amanda
the
Bynes,
boys.
I kind of had a crush on.
She went crazy too.
Oh, what's
Poor
her
thing.
name? The little sister.
Little Caesars.
Little sister.
The Little Caesars girl.
From Fresh Prince.
Nope.
Never had a crush on her.
Nope.
I don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. Don't know
Also,
who that
are you
is.
sure you shouldn't be doing early 2000s
Oh.
because I was still too young
This
to
girl.
just that girl.
What's her name? Michelle Transenberg.
Not helping me.
This girl.
Nope.
No.
Although I do know who that is. Like I was seeing her, I'm like, yeah. Just
Don't
not
know who
working
that
for me.
is.
Michelle
Don't know who that
Transenberg.
is. Don't know who that is.
I guess there's no.
Oh, that's the girl from.
must have been clean, man. Must
Power
have
Rangers. I was a
just
good.
not cared.
I was a good Christian boy.
That's right.
Lizzie McGuire, Hilary Duff, of course.
When did
Childhood
you?
crush.
When in the development of like Disney or Nickelodeon were you?
I was a Nickelodeon kid.
Well, I'm not asking that question.
Oh.
I'm glad that that's what you are though, because I'd say the same.
Then what
Where
are
were
you?
you? Where
asking?
did you hit it? Where you're like, I don't watch that anymore. Like, I'm not a kid. I watch other I watch other channels other than
Well, it was
Disney,
kind of a challenge for me
Nickelodeon.
because I have siblings who are like.
Well, even then,
Like
where it
my
was like
next-
Phineas and Ferb, not a clue.
Yeah,
Don't know
yeah.
anything about.
So
it.
I'm
Like,
27. My next younger brother is 21, and my next younger brother is 19. I would like still watch stuff with them. Like we watched SpongeBob. Of course, I've watched Family Guy my whole life.
Yeah.
But I mean, there were some. Did you ever watch the Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends on Cartoon Network?
Yeah, and I remember this is weird. I remember like when it first came out, like the pilot episode. I was like, watch it. This like I watched it.
Dude, Cartoon Network had some bangers too.
Oh, absolutely.
Like Dexter's Lab. Did you ever watch My Life as a Teenage Robot?
no.
That was a good one.
Samurai Jack.
No.
Not
I know
for
what
you.
it is, but I wasn't into it.
Johnny Bravo. I did not watch, but I
Johnny
know what it is.
Bravo. Dude, I was like, I think I know whenever Drake and Josh came off and iCarly.
What did they replace it? I would say my moment of transitioning was Zach and Cody. I remember the beginning of that, and like,
Yeah, same.
And by the end of it, like
It
when
became
they
Sweet
didn't
Life
they,
on Deck.
yeah, I was done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I was out.
Same.
Yeah,
And you're a year older than me, so I
Yeah.
feel like we got out of that phase. But like Drake and Josh, dude, remember Zoe 101?
that was another one where I was like, yep.
Zoe 101. What were some other shows like that? Did you ever watch The Amanda Show? All that?
Oh, I watched
Kenan
all
and
that.
Kel?
Yeah, absolutely.
Those were some bangers.
I tried to watch. Yeah, I tried to watch it probably a couple years ago, and I was
What,
like,
all
this
that?
is not funny.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Tuna fish? Tuna fish who? I'm going to hit you in the head with tuna fish.
And
Huh?
that they did that shtick like the whole time.
Yeah.
Kids loved it.
One time I was in the shower and I saw a bee. It's totally Kyle.
Yep. They'd
Bring
do
in the
it.
dancing lobsters.
Yep. That's all that, man.
It's all. No, that was the Amanda Show.
weird. No. Oh, I'm gonna get those confused a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, like iCarly, I watched the beginning of it, but I recently watched through it on Netflix just for nostalgic purposes.
The whole thing.
Not the whole thing, like the first couple seasons. Drake and Josh, I've watched many times. That was probably one of my favorite shows of all time. Drake and Josh. Sidestep. Me and Laura started The Office last night.
She's seen it, right?
She's seen it.
Okay. thank
I've
God.
seen it over 20
thank
times
God.
all the way
Oh
through.
yeah, absolutely.
But
one of, if not the best background shows.
well, of course, it was on Netflix for a long time and got taken off Netflix.
R.I.P.
I bought them the whole 9 seasons for $30 back in like 2016.
Whoa.
So I have them all on digital on whatever platform
yeah.
I bought. Vudu, I think, is what I bought them on. So we're able to watch those. So
Parks and Rec fan.
I like Parks and Rec.
Never finished it.
Not as much as The Office, but I've
Not even close.
so I've watched The Office all the way through, not exaggerating, 25 times.
You just said 20.
25 times. Like watched all the way through. Parks and Rec.
Sat down
3
and
times.
watched
I've seen
it.
every episode. Yeah. I can quote me and Laura this is how bad it is.
I've probably had 15 times of it just playing around.
Laura last night when we started it, she's like, "Can you just make me a promise?" I said, "Sure." She's like, "Can you just not quote it the whole time?" Because that, like, I know
that's it.
I know it inside
all
and out.
of it.
So I snuck in a couple nuggets, a couple quotes, but I didn't do it the whole time.
You know, one of our family traditions during Christmas, which we can
Christmas
still do
Vacation?
this. No, well, yes, all of the Office Christmas episodes, like
that's a good
each
one.
season.
See, The Office is responsible for a lot of my sense of humor,
It's responsible for a lot of culture.
and my family just doesn't get it. So, like, I've tried to get my family to watch The Office, and they just.
Like, see, I got
I'm
into
like
the
one
Office.
of the only people in my family.
That was like one of the things that pulled me into the Office because you've seen the Blockbuster documentary, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, so good. Anyway, we didn't go to Blockbuster; it was Family Video, but we went to Family Video, and it was me and my mom. And I think my dad was gone for some reason. My siblings weren't there either, so it was just me and her that weekend. I don't know what they were doing. But she's like, "What do you want to watch? Like, you want to watch something?" And my mom's always she's a big binger, like when it comes to TV shows and stuff. She's like, well, "Let's get a TV show." And we're like, "Oh." So we found The Office. It was sitting in all the racks of the TV shows. And at that time, only the first and second season. So I think that's one. That's like one package because there's only 6 episodes in the first season. We're like, let's watch The Office. So we took it home and just burned through the whole thing in like one night. Like the first and second season, like all night. Watched the whole thing. And we fell in love with it. And then we realized we were like, wanted to go pick up the next one. We're like, oh no, like it's live on air still.
Yeah.
So then from that point on, I watched The
You watched
Office
it in real
live
time.
all the way through.
See, I didn't watch The Office until it was already off.
Oh, you hadn't seen a single episode, so it was
had
already
seen
done.
a couple, but I had not
Really?
watched
Because that
it.
changes
It
a
was
ton.
2015 when I actually
Like,
started off.
there's, and I don't know if we've talked about this or not. We can't get that back where you have a hold and a suspension of TV shows and like burden
Yeah.
because of waiting for things.
I always say if I have 5 wishes, one of them would be to erase knowing Star Wars from my mind so I can experience it again for the first time.
Sure.
Covenant Eyes is all about restoring human connection, and it's available to help you gain back a life of freedom. Covenant Eyes is designed to help you and your loved ones live a life free from pornography, and they have exceptional tech support, and they make it actually really easy by giving one accessible report across all your devices. Jeff and I know loved ones currently using or having previously used Covenant Eyes on all their computers and their devices, and it's helped them get free from addiction, and it's helping tens and thousands of people in their recovery today. We wouldn't have a sponsor from a company that we don't believe in, and we firmly do believe in Covenant Eyes and their mission. So check the link in the description to sign up and use our code DREAMLOUD for 30 days of free service.
You can't ever get that back. You can't get, well, I'm trying to think, like the suspense of, let's just keep on The Office. The suspense between, is it season 2 at the party or is that season 3? When he approaches Pam in the office after and
I
they
believe
kiss.
it's season 3.
So that moment, you had to wait a whole year
Oh,
to realize you had to wait an entire year
for that
to go
cliffhanger.
to around and be like, so is she gonna stay with Roy?
Dang, dude, I've never actually
is she
thought about
gonna none of that. You do none of that, and it's the same
Wow.
thing for any of the other TV shows around then. Like you didn't just get to be like, oh well, that's a crazy cliffhanger next. Even with TV shows now, I would say even if they purposely do that, like at the end of a season, they usually produce them quicker
Yeah.
to like.
Well,
go right
that's
back to it.
so like Laura
Like
and
Breaking Bad was crazy too.
that was the same thing. I didn't watch it until after. But I've watched Breaking Bad 6 times all the way through.
Breaking Bad is the best TV drama. that I've
Dude,
ever
Breaking
seen.
Bad.
Very
so
close with
we
Mad
were
Men.
walking. I had my doctor's appointments today, and we went to this place, Klosterman. What's it?
That sounds very familiar.
Cat Singer.
That also sounds familiar.
Cat Singers.
Yes. Okay.
Deli?
Yeah. Cat Singers. Yep.
We went there for lunch, and on
Did
the
you
back
like
of
it?
the Jeep, I did. On the back of the Jeep, there was a Heisenberg silhouette.
Oh, no
sticker.
kidding.
So it like sparked in my mind, like I want to start watching.
Are they done with Better Call Saul yet?
I think it's still going.
Did they stop production because of COVID?
I don't know.
Because
I've
I
never
watched.
watched it. I couldn't get into it. But the Breaking Bad movie.
What you need to do is probably watch it now because the first couple seasons are like, oh, why am I watching this? And then they reintroduce all the people from Breaking Bad again, and you're like,
So watch it from the beginning, or
oh.
just start where it is.
I don't know if you would.
Maybe
Would
I
you have
just
to
need
watch Breaking Bad and then hop into Better Call
No,
Saul?
I know Breaking Bad pretty
Okay,
well.
so I would say just give it another
Maybe
chance,
just
is what I would
background
say.
noise it for maybe a season, and then dive in.
Yeah.
Stranger Things.
Okay, so I am more obsessed with Stranger Things than probably most people are. Period.
Really?
Like, let's put this. I've
fun
seen
fact
it.
about
I've
me.
seen Stranger Things all the way through, so all 3 seasons, with new people, 6 or 7 times. Like
Wow.
6 or 7 times, I will say I will watch it with you if you sit and watch it with me. So I will sit and watch all 3 seasons with them.
What do you think about the 3rd season?
Is my favorite season.
It's my least favorite.
Your least?
Mm-hmm.
The vibe of it.
I like the vibe of it, but story wise, season 2 is my favorite.
Sure. Halloween theme,
Mm-hmm.
the whole scary thing really is up, and yeah, I love it.
It's already set. Ozark. Have you watched Ozark?
I only watched the first season.
It's really good. There's 3
I just
seasons
know
of
it just
it.
gets really rough.
Yeah.
So
What other shows like that? Yeah, Parks and Rec. It's kind of background noise. How I Met Your Mother. I've watched.
Parks and Rec is funny. I do not like How I Met Your Mother. Don't like it. Don't like it.
You're wrong.
Well, I don't like
You're
it.
wrong.
I think it was. Here's another thing. And this you've probably caught on to this. If there's a couple people that I don't like that, or if there's like 6 or 7 people that say you have to watch this, I'm just never going to.
Interesting.
So How I Met Your Mother was like the favorite show of 2 or 3 people that I was legitimately annoyed with, and I'm like, I'm just never. I am not gonna like it.
It's
I'm not
really
watching
good.
it.
It's really good. I'm not saying you need to watch. Like I wish you would watch it because
Sure.
it's very funny. But it's
At this point.
yeah. At this point, if you're not gonna
Like,
watch
will you watch things will you watch Seinfeld?
I started Seinfeld. I got into the second season and then I stopped.
Okay. I
Just
grew
'cause
up
kinda
on
got
it, so
bored.
I
Same
liked
with
it.
Boy Meets World. I started
Sure.
it. I never watched Boy Meets World, and then
Okay.
I started.
I never watched it.
Yeah.
I'd seen episodes
Yeah,
and things,
same.
but I never watched all the way
Do you
through.
know what I wish they would bring to Netflix? Home Improvement. Tim Allen.
I watched a lot of Home Improvement
That's
when
a
I was
great show.
kid.
And same with Fresh
Prince
Prince
of
is
Bel-Air.
on HBO Max.
It is.
The Fresh Prince reunion I watched right after it came out. That was really good. But Home Improvement, I really like.
Home
Yes, Dear.
Improvement.
Never.
That doesn't even ring a bell.
You don't know what I'm talking
No.
about? What about According to Jim? Jim Belushi.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's a bop.
According to Jim.
Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah. My grandparents loved Everybody
Yeah,
Loves Raymond.
but Home Improvement is one of the best shows out there.
I don't remember much about it. I just
Yeah.
remember watching it a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe my dad liked it. I don't know.
What other shows?
Did you watch? So you said this about your siblings. I watch things because my dad is he's a person that rewatches things over. He's a very what do I call this?
Like repetitive?
Ritualistic person.
Yeah.
So his entire life he's watched like the same shows. He watches Seinfeld, MASH, and the Andy Griffith Show,
Wow.
and Cheers.
Wow.
And he does that when he's at home for lunch or like on the weekend. He will be watching one of those, and when he gets done with it, he'll go to the next one. So be like, Cheers is done, now it's MASH, and he just keeps doing that with all four of those for decades of his
Did you ever
life.
watch Stargate?
No.
SG-1? Okay. We can't really relate there then.
Yeah, no, not even worth it. Not even worth the time.
Well,
Not even worth the time. But any new shows that are currently waiting for the next season, that you're
Ozark.
like, oh yeah, really? You
Ozark,
really
yeah,
bought in?
I'm ready.
Because after
This Is Us.
I watched 2 seasons of it. There's 3 out now, right? Okay, so I watched 2, not 1. After the second season, the end. Sorry for anyone that hasn't watched this. When he gets the boat, I was like, I'm
Dude,
just
season
not.
3.
I'm just not.
Season 3 is very good.
Okay, interesting.
Season 3 is very good. This Is Us is a great show.
It's another show where
Do
I'm
you ever
sure
watch-
it's really good.
Are you
but
a
it's
reality
lot.
show guy?
I grew up on Survivor with
Okay.
my mom.
Have you ever watched Big Brother?
I have seen episodes of Big Brother. Once again, I've not like watched a season
Big
of
Brother is a family thing that we've all watched as a family my whole life.
Interesting.
I mean, it's like season.
What is the
20.
premise of Big Brother? It's a house and there's cameras everywhere,
There's a house.
just like every other reality TV
And
show
there's a
now.
twist every season. So like sometimes there's like there was a season where there was this girl, her and her twin would switch out and they wouldn't tell anybody. But like this girl and her identical twin, they would switch in and out like throughout the season. That was pretty interesting. There was one where like there was a married couple that were in the house, but
And-
they didn't tell anybody that they were married and they like stayed separate. Like stuff like that.
Do people know that going in? They're like trying to pick up on the. You have to after a while watching Big Brother.
Sometimes they'll try to like see, because the big thing with Big Brother is like their like slogan is expect the unexpected. So like they'll throw in they'll throw that twist in like, all right, like for those of you that have been trying to figure out this season's twist, there's like 2 people in the house that are siblings that are still in the house. And then they'll just like leave it right there. Like sometimes they'll do things where like they'll bring somebody back, like they'll have a competition with people that have been voted out of the house and the winner gets to come back in. So usually it's like there's like a group of rivals that hates this one person.
Do you
They'll
get money?
eliminated? Yeah, $500,000.
For what? So it's like a game.
So the winner gets $500,000. The runner up gets 10,000, I think.
Still
Or
a decent
50,000.
amount of cash.
Decent chunk of change.
Yes.
But it's really good. Like I said, it's something that we've always watched as a family. I mean, as long as I can remember. Sometimes they'll bring in last season was All Stars. So it's people who have won or have been the runner up
Previously.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
yeah.
I don't think they do a lot of reality television that's sunk in like that.
Did you watch the Lego competition?
No, I should, shouldn't I?
Bro,
What's that on?
I'm surprised, Fox. I'm pretty sure.
So what does that mean? I can't get it on anything.
Lego Masters.
Can I get it on Hulu?
I think it's on Hulu. Yeah. Lego Masters. Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Huh.
Do you have Hulu?
Yeah.
I was gonna say you can use my login if you want. Yeah, dude, Lego Masters. It was really good.
Because even, like, I'm a tattoo guy. Even Ink Masters, I'm like, the premise. So, love watching people make good art. Love seeing what they do. But the premise of it is basically like, hey, we want you to make a great tattoo, but we're going to give you a time limit.
Yeah.
And then the person, like, doesn't really get to pick what it is. You just slap it on there. And then we nitpick the crap out of stuff that no one cares about.
The
I'm
cool
like, this
thing
is stupid.
The cool thing about Big Brother is like there's competitions throughout. So like there's a head of household every week. So like everybody who's in the competition except who wasn't the head of household last week, they all compete to be the head of household. That person picks 2 people that the rest of the house will vote for one of them to get out of the house that week.
That's big.
There's also a competition called Power of Veto. So like the day before the eviction, which is where everybody in the house votes one of these 2 people out, there's a power of veto, which the winner of that, like, so the head of household, the 2 people that are on the chopping block, and then like 2 other people all do this power of veto competition. That person can veto one of the votes, and then the head of household needs to put a new person up. So like if you're on the chopping block that week and you win the power of veto, you pull yourself off. The head of household puts a new person on.
Yeah.
And then the next day, everybody in the house votes for one of those people to get out. So there's like strength.
So it's Survivor-ish.
Yeah, there's strength
but it's-
competitions. There's also like quiz competitions where like you have like based on
Literally
like
Survivor.
based on previous seasons, stuff that's happened in the seasons. There's also like there's like a theme every year, and like last year there was like so many ducks on the wall. And like one of the competitions is like how many ducks are on the wall in the whatever room.
Yeah.
Like you have to pay attention to like different things throughout the season. So
Interesting.
it's I mean it's a fun show. I think that one's on Hulu as well. If not, it's on the CBS All Access. But
I mean, I started burning through Survivor on Hulu.
Yeah.
The issue is they didn't have some episodes from some of the seasons, so you'd be watching it and all of a sudden they'd just skip 3 episodes. You'd be like, who the heck just got voted off? What is this crap? So you have to watch that.
yeah, Big Brother I follow. Like I watch every episode. Do you watch any of the singing competitions or like dance competitions?
Dude, that wave's done. Just like
American Idol,
just like
The
Guitar Hero
Voice.
and Rock Band were a thing, and they've died off. Even it doesn't make them any less fun. That era's over, dude. It's gone.
Yeah. I mean,
See, yeah. I actually just last night when I was at my parents', they still American Idol just happened to be on, and it's like
Katy Perry,
Lionel
Richie.
Lionel Richie, and who's the other one? You helped me out with 2. You gotta help me out with the last
country
one.
singer.
Yeah, that's why I don't know who it is.
It's not Blake
But
Shelton.
anyway, and I don't know.
It's basically Blake
But
Shelton.
I'm like, this is. who
It's not Blake
cares?
Shelton, but it also is
Even
Blake
what
Shelton.
COVID did to it, where it's like the live audience is like chairs for 40 people.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is dumb.
Well, the problem also with Big Brother, with American Idol, is like they've canceled it twice. Like it's like this is the last season of American Idol ever, and then it came back
Yeah.
on, and then
They're
like
like-
3 seasons later, they're like, "This is all right. American Idol's
This is
going
it."
away again,"
Yeah.
and then now it's back again. So
Like whatever.
I probably only 3 out of however many episodes of American Idol I've watched all the
Seasons,
all the way through.
3 seasons.
3
worth?
seasons, yeah.
Yeah, it's
The Voice, never got into it. Dancing with the Stars, never.
Jeopardy. I'm all about that.
Love me some Jeopardy.
Yep.
Oh,
What happened?
something happened with the main camera, but you can keep talking for a second about Jeopardy.
So anyway, so Jeopardy, we have good friends. Jeff will obviously know who this is. So Isaiah's fiance Charlotte, their family takes Jeopardy very seriously, very seriously, to the point where they used to keep score with their family, and they had to stop because it was creating fighting. Well, yeah, but I mean, other people don't know who Charlotte is and her family. They had to stop and they had to compete together because it was that big of a deal. Wow.
Sorry.
And they are very smart and they are very good at it.
The main camera died.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, so my uncle, who was the best man in my wedding, he almost was on Jeopardy. He made it to like
What's the
semifinals.
process for that?
Just lots of testing.
Interesting.
I love Jeopardy. Who was the one guy? He was a bartender in New York. He became like a finalist like a couple seasons ago. I've never taken it that. I've just watched everything that's on Netflix. Same with Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune's on Netflix also. I do like those kind of shows. I never really watched Jeopardy until like 6 months ago. I had watched it
When you're a kid, you don't like
It's
you don't
not-
know any answers. That's just stupid. Yeah.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Did you ever watch
I
that?
watched that a little bit when I was a kid. Yep, when it first came out.
What other game shows? Family Feud, of course.
Ah,
Do you like the
it
Feud?
was solid, man. Everybody
Steve
loves-
Harvey,
Yeah,
dude.
he's funny.
Dude, I want to be Steve Harvey when I grow up. He seems like a great dude.
It's his reactions to everything that gets a rile out of people.
Yeah.
It's nice.
But like obviously he curses a little bit on Jeopardy and stuff, and he like is a little
On
scandalous
Jeopardy. You mean
about
Family
things.
Feud.
Family Feud, sorry. But he seemed like a good integrity guy. Like he talks about God and all that kind of stuff, which I like.
I don't know if you've seen it of his. He's a like borderline prosperity kind of guy, but
I mean, he's a wealthy
solid
man.
dude.
Where did he get
Solid
a start?
dude.
Where did he get a start?
Have you seen?
I knew he had
I
the
don't know
Steve
where he got
Harvey
his start, but he literally has videos of like motivational things from him directly after filming
Yeah,
Family Feud, and they're like 5 minutes long, 6
Yeah.
minutes long.
like
And
where
it's
he's talking to the audience.
Yeah, and it's kind of like maybe that's
I think
not
he was
the
a
best
stand-up
answer.
comedian. Yeah, he had the Steve Harvey Show, which was 1996 to 2002. 6 years? Wow.
You know the other show
The Steve Harvey
that
Show?
we've all seen as kids because you're forced to if you wake up late.
Dun, 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 dun,
That's
dun.
right. Yeah.
dun, dun,
We've all
dun.
caught half episodes of
Dude, you
many
know what?
seasons. And
On
no one will know
vacation-
how in the world he got that lady as his wife, and that's why it's a fake TV show. She was a very pretty woman.
Yeah. Oh, Carmen, the daughter. I had a crush on her
Oh, yeah.
growing up. But we watched that on vacation. It was on
No way.
on our chill
I
day
didn't
on
think it was
Sunday.
actually on
It was
anything
on
anymore.
TBS maybe.
Okay.
And I watched 3 episodes
Yeah.
of it. That was a great show.
It's a hold up.
I forgot what.
It's a hold up.
Yeah, I think so. That was one of the shows where like I feel like all the episodes were reruns that we were on like Nick at Night. It
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
like you watched it. When
No,
it was
yeah,
on.
no way.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of George Lopez. How did I know that's what you were gonna say though? Also,
We all
Pretty
have
cool.
had that. We this was one of the coolest trivia questions
think
I'd
my
ever
back's
gotten.
starting
I used
to
to do trivia every like Tuesday night when I lived back in Dayton. It was like 6 different houses, like layouts of houses or apartments,
Mm-hmm.
and you had to pick what TV show it was from.
Hmm.
And it was really cool because I still pretty much know the layout of like the George Lopez show or the Olsen twins. What were they on when they were
Oh, Full
babies?
House.
Yeah, so the Full House
Whatever
house.
happened to
Like
the
I can
Mapability?
still see
Again,
what
the
those looked
paperboy.
like, and
Evening TV.
that's very interesting. Seinfeld's apartment. I know what that looks like. Okay,
I did
that's
the
it.
Office trivia in 2019.
How'd you
Came
do?
in 4th place.
4th.
Mhm.
So who was better than you? You
Some-
acted like you knew a bunch
Well,
of stuff.
it was me and the girl I was dating at the time, or maybe that was 2018.
Did they ask some pretty
It was
hard
2018.
questions?
Sorry, I lied. It was 2018. It was me and the girl I was dating. She was a amateur Office
At
fan.
best.
I'm an expert level Office
Yeah.
fan. I missed Flonkerton. They asked what the game was.
That was called the
I could
Office
not think
Olympics.
of what it was. There was that one, and then who was older in real life, Steve Harvey or
Steve Harvey, Steve Carell.
Steve Harvey.
Come on, man, you get the halfway to all these
Steve,
things.
Steve Carell or the girl who plays Phyllis, who was older in real life. And those were the two questions that I missed. That
So Steve Harvey,
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey's older.
Is older in real
and it's not Steve Harvey, it's Steve Carell.
life. Steve Carell.
Because Steve Harvey is older than those people.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah. I still
put
tear
Phyllis.
up on the last episode.
Oh, absolutely. Especially if you just sat down and watched them all, and then you watched that one.
It's like, it feels like the end
That
of an
episode's
era.
rating got an insanely high rating.
Yeah. Whenever Steve Harvey shows up in the last episode,
Steve Harvey shows up in the last episode.
whenever Steve Carell shows up and becomes Dwight's bestest mensch.
Oh, bestest man.
Bestest mensch.
Is that the wedding episode where is it somebody else's? He has to announce everyone that's coming in and coming out.
Oh no, that's Andy's party.
That's Andy's.
Yeah, Andy's party. He James Trickington. He buys the book.
Yes.
He's like, he sells the #1 book, and Jim's like, yeah, it's doing pretty bad. It's only sold one copy, and it was to Dwight. Oh, I forgot my keys. James and PP Halpert.
PP Halpert.
PP.
Yeah.
See, I know the
Yep.
Office pretty well. Quiz me.
So good.
Quiz me. Here, let's do this. Pull
What?
up 10 Office trivia
10
questions.
hard office trivia questions?
10 Office trivia questions. We've
Well,
got 11 minutes.
Here's what's hard, though. When you do that, a lot of them are pretty easy. 10.
Well, you don't have to type in the word 10. Just type in Office trivia questions. I've also done the...
Hardest from each season. There we go. Whose birthday does The Office celebrate when there are rumors that the company is downsizing? This is by season. So in season 1, whose birthday does The Office celebrate when there are rumors that the company is downsizing? I'll give you a hint. It's a girl.
Kelly?
I'm not sure. I have to. It is.
Oh, you have to reveal it.
It is Meredith. They're celebrating.
Oh,
Meredith's
yeah.
birthday season 1.
Yeah. Okay. Go on.
makes
Next
sense?
one. Yeah.
Season 2,
That one
during
was
the
kinda
Office
tricky.
booze cruise.
I'm going to do very bad on this. Okay. Season 2, during the...
I'm an expert. Here we go. Oh, listen to this. Bombs. During the booze cruise, why does Roy finally set a date for his and Pam's wedding?
Because of the ship captain.
That is correct. He feels inspired by the captain's story
Yeah.
of marrying his first wife.
Yep.
His first wife, which is hilarious. Season 3. In the episode Back from Vacation, Michael returns to the office from a trip to Jamaica with beads in his hair, a new haircut, dreadlocks, none of the above.
Beads in his hair.
That's it. I think it's
It's like a
one
very
single
It's like
strand.
a very small. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like 3 beads.
True or false, after she's accidentally hit by Michael's car, Meredith goes to the hospital for a sprained pelvis.
Yes, but he thinks that she has rabies.
This one's kind of like
What is the
come on,
answer?
bro. It's false. It's not sprained. It's a fractured pelvis.
okay,
It's one of those
whatever.
things where you're like, okay, come
Yeah,
on,
that's semantics. Semantics.
Season 5, which 2 employees accidentally wear matching outfits to work on the Casual Friday episode?
Which 2?
Which 2 employees accidentally wear matching outfits to work in the episode Casual Friday?
Pam and Phyllis.
Yeah, let's go. And
They
just
buy
so
the
you
same
get it,
shirt from
Yes,
the
it's
store.
that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
that picture. Yeah, way to go.
This is I've never seen this quiz before in my life. I'm
Season 6. Who beats Michael's push-up challenge by doing 26 push-ups?
Stanley.
at
And he gets
the
to go home early.
office? Yes. So he can win the prize and go home early. Season 7, when Dwight temporarily becomes the regional manager and enforces strict rules, what's the name of the uprising group that Jim pretends to lead as a prank?
Oh, gosh. This is a hard one.
He has those posters and he puts them up.
Because it has the fist on it. Oh God, it's like the resistors or something like that. I can't think of exactly what it is.
You had it.
The
It's
fist?
it's literally
It's
called the fist.
This is the fist. Okay. Yeah.
And it's like when he describes it as a social club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fist.
Season 8, when Daryl and Toby compete over selling the most Girl Scout cookies for their daughters,
To
who
Kevin.
ends up winning by selling the most cookies to Kevin?
I believe it's Toby. And then Kevin tries to make them both dance to see who.
Okay.
I think it's Toby.
Neither of them win.
That's right.
They both end
'Cause
the
they both give
competition
up.
after getting
Yeah,
tired
they
of
both
Kevin's
give up.
ideas, and that forces them to
And then
compete against each other
Kevin's
in
like,
other ways.
no, like I'll buy them anyway. Yeah.
So you have to fill in the missing blank on this one. Fill in the missing word of Pam's final line in the series finale. There's a lot of blank in ordinary things. Isn't that kind of the point?
There's a lot of fun.
Beauty.
Beauty.
There's a lot of beauty in ordinary things. Isn't
Hey,
that kind of the point?
8 out of 10.
Well, there's 9 seasons.
8 out of 9 or 7 out of
7 out
9.
of 9. That's not bad.
Hey,
I mean, we can keep rolling. This
hit
is
me with you. This is fun for me.
in the episode Basketball. Who does Michael say is on the team? Of course. Oh, that's easy. Stanley.
because he's black. Sorry.
In the episode The Dundies.
That's not me, that was
That's
Michael.
the thing. In the episode The Dundies, Michael tells a lot of horrible jokes and sings a lot of songs. What is his Asian character's name?
Mr. It's like very racist. I can't think of what it is. Is it a fill in the blank?
I can't tell what the answer is. It won't give me the answer. Oh, come on, man. Don't make me do the whole thing before it shows. Is it Ching, Ping, or Pong? It's making
Ping.
fun of.
It's Ping.
Yeah, because it's making fun of the Breakfast at Tiffany's one.
Mm-hmm.
Fill in the bank from the episode. The blank. Casino night. I wish we lived in a world where a blank joke is funny.
9/11.
I think it's AIDS.
Oh, it is AIDS. The 9/11 thing is from like the first episode where he's like, he says like too soon, maybe next year.
Yeah.
That'll be funny.
In the episode Gay Witch Hunt, Dwight and Michael call Jim to ask him where they can get gaydar. He tells them that it can be found where?
On
Because at first he was like, try Brookstone. He's like, yeah, it's not there. He's like, did you check?
Amazon? I don't know.
Sharper Image.
Sharper Image.
This one's from The Job. Once I am officially regional manager, my first order of business will be to demote Jim Halpert, so I will need a new number 2. My ideal choice, Jack Bauer. But he is unavailable, fictional, and...
I have to fill in the blank.
Yeah.
He's unavailable, fictional, and
It's either dead, not here, or overqualified.
overqualified.
Overqualified is absolutely what it is. And overqualified. Who are the 3 employees that go out to eat in the middle of the run in the Fun Run episode?
I'm kind of tired of this.
Your brain's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Creed, Phyllis, and Stanley.
Is it? This once again, this won't give me the ones are Stanley, Oscar, and Kelly, which is not true. Kelly doesn't, right? Andy, Kevin, and Daryl. Daryl doesn't, right?
What's the last one?
Jim, Pam, and Bob, or Creed, Oscar, and Stanley. Isn't it Creed, Oscar, and Stanley? Yeah.
I knew it was Creed and Stanley. I couldn't think of the other one.
Yeah. Well, that just
was
goes
nice
to
way.
show that you might be an expert,
Do you
but
want
you
to
don't
do
get
a
them all
Stranger
right.
Things?
Sure.
quiz?
Here's the problem: we only have not
It's
a lot
okay.
of time.
The main camera will still record. The side ones will.
Well,
just
let's
stop.
just ream this thing. I don't know how well
Ream.
I will do.
ream.
Because let's be honest, this is probably the longest hiatus I have gone without watching that show.
All right, here we go. We're gonna start this quiz.
Don't hurt me.
There's 16 questions. So, whose pink dress did 11 wear in the first season?
Oh, it's Nancy's. It's what's his face's sister.
I
She's
don't-
like, "Hey, that's my dress."
I don't know if we'll get the answers. Until then.
Or she
Oh,
asks,
correct,
"Is that my
correct,
dress?"
Correct.
Yeah.
Which one of these appeared in all of the episodes?
Every episode in the show.
Every episode in the show. Hopper, 11, Dustin, or this guy right here, Steve.
That's hard, dude. It's not because the third season they split a lot.
You would think it's 11 because the show's
She's like
about
the
her.
main.
I'm gonna guess Hopper.
You're gonna guess Hopper. I'm gonna say Gavin Matarazzo's character, Dustin.
Dustin. Let's see. Wrong. It's Hopper.
Really? Hopper's in every episode?
Jim Hopper and Mike Wheeler are the only characters to appear in all episodes.
Interesting.
Do you know this house? Is what it says. Whose house is this? I know this one.
Oh, that's Dustin's house.
Yeah.
It's his mom's house.
Yeah, Dustin's mom's. It's not. Dustin doesn't.
Dustin
own the
doesn't
house.
own it. Dustin doesn't own the. It's that brown house with the.
Who is this boy?
Okay, so it's a picture of a boy holding a surfboard, which we all know is Billy from the flashback, season 3.
Billy's childhood. Correct.
A lot of these.
All right, we're on episode 5. Who is wearing Michael Myers' mask on Halloween?
I just don't know her name. The new girl in town, the redheaded girl,
Max.
Max.
Mad Max. Remember? Mad Max from the.
Yes. From the movie.
Who's a fan of My Little Pony? Max, 11, Erica, or Will? I know this one.
Max 11.
Erica,
Erica.
which is
Erica is.
Yeah. She's funny.
She's in the first season.
Where
when
was
she
the first
just a
place
jerk.
11 went after Escape? That's easy.
The first place she went after
Mm-hmm.
Escape? From. Oh, like in the first
Yeah, in
episode?
the first episode.
The like burger joint where that guy
Benny's
gets killed.
Burgers.
Yeah.
This is I know most of these. Who is this character?
So once again, it's a picture. It's 4 different pictures. Wait, who is this?
Oh, I
character?
guess I have not thought about
Oh,
the fact.
who is Chester? That's what this asks.
Oh, who is Chester? I thought it said who is this character.
Chester is their family. Why is that a dog? But then that's if it's their cat they're talking about. It's the cat that they try to find. Why is there a dog in the upper right picture?
Oh, it's saying which one is Chester.
Oh, it's the one that they're holding right there. She's holding it.
Which one?
The cat, bottom left.
Bottom left, the cat. Henderson's family kitten. It says Henderson's family kitten or Henderson's family cat.
It's a cat.
Cat. We'll see. Wrong. It's the dog.
Excuse me?
It's the buyer's dog, Chester.
What is the name of the cat then?
I don't know. That's not part of this. Which girl declined Dustin's dance to the invitation ball?
Is that popular girl in that group of people that just shakes her head and laughs and they walk away and he like starts to cry and Nancy comes over?
Yes. Stacy Albright. What did Alexi want to exchange his information about Russian operations? Strawberry Slurpees, strawberry
Cherry.
juice, or cherry juice?
Cherry.
Cherry juice or cherry Slurpees?
Cherry Slurpees.
The side cameras have stopped recording.
Obviously,
Correct.
it's Cherry Slurpees. Let's go.
All right,
He's one of my favorite characters, by the way. He's so
Alexi.
fun.
Yeah. All right, we've got 5 questions.
5
Let's try to
questions,
get
let's roll it.
5 questions in 3 minutes.
Okay, let's go.
Who made the spiked bat?
Who made the
Who
spike?
made it?
Joe did.
Joe?
It's not Joe. What the heck is his name? The Joe Keery's character.
Steve
Steve.
or Jonathan?
Steve.
Steve? Let's see.
No, it's Jonathan.
Wrong.
Jonathan
made
did.
it.
It's in the back with all of their.
It's like
all
a
their
B-roll
stuff. Yes.
thing.
Dang. Steve's the one that uses it.
Yeah, Steve's the one that
Justin's
uses
the-
it.
Yeah.
What's the name of the video game that Mad Max scored more than Dustin? I know this one.
It's not Space Invaders. It's not Pac-Man either.
I'll give you a hint. It's either Pac-Man or Dig Dug.
Oh, it's Dig Dug. It's not even a question.
Wrong. Just kidding.
Yeah. Don't.
I had to throw a little prank in there.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 3 more questions.
We got
Whose
this.
favorite candy is Reese Pieces?
That's hard because they all share what it is. Does that give you multiple? things.
11, Will, Mike, or Dustin.
Okay, so it's either Will, Mike, or Dustin. Is it Will?
Is it Will? Correct. He wants it at the hospital.
Yeah.
All right. 14, 15, 16. 3 more questions.
We
How
got
did the kids introduce How did the kids introduce 11 to their teacher when they encountered him?
It's their cousin from like Europe or something.
From Sweden.
She's like visiting because of a funeral.
Mike's cousin, Dustin's cousin,
It's Mike's cousin.
from Canada or Sweden?
Sweden.
Let's see. Correct.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 2 more. Which
Nailed
is
it.
the girlfriend of Will's father? Wait.
Which is the girlfriend?
Which one is the girlfriend of Will's father? There's 4 pictures.
The girlfriend of Will's father?
Which one is the girlfriend of Will's father? Or I would assume in a flashback.
Yeah, why?
I have no idea who any of these people are. This one I have no idea. You want me to just
Let me
guess?
see. Let me see this for a second. Sorry that no one can see this.
That
The
doesn't matter.
girlfriend of
Nobody
Will's-
listens to this podcast anyway.
The girlfriend of Will's father. I don't know at
Just
all.
pick one.
Well,
Hit
how do I
the
know if it
green
was
button.
right?
Hit the green button.
Wrong. I don't understand. Oh, yeah. Okay. For a second, I was like, Will's dad. Will's dad. Will's dad.
This is Cynthia.
She,
She's the
it's
character
yeah.
in the-
She's like the younger one. We're like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. She like
okay.
comes out.
Oh, the
and-
father. Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
that's why I
Father
didn't
of
understand the
Will's
question.
dad, Lonnie. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Who has a crush on Tammy Thompson? Nancy, Steve, Dustin, or Robin?
Robin. She's not even that good at singing.
Correct.
She's not even that.
You
great.
got 11 out of 16 right.
That kind of sucks.
I think our records are the same for Office and Stranger
I still feel like an expert though. I know things about the Stranger Things that no one needs to, like which music they used that was the most expensive and why they chose to
That's a
shoot
weird-
stuff, like the way that they did and what movies they took things from and why they did that. And
Yeah, that's a weird thing. Well, hey, this is a good packed episode.
I guess if people don't like those two, they just zoned out for the
we-
past 30 minutes.
I mean,
but-
30 minutes of
Just
this
trivia.
episode was The Office and Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for listening.
Hey, thanks again.
We're
for
gonna see you in the
listening,
next
to the
one. Don't
podcast.
forget to check out Covenant Eyes. You
yeah.
can use the code
Hey, thank you.
DREAMLOUD
Hey,
to
thank
get 30 days free of Covenant Eyes.
That's right.
30 days free, and you can cancel it after that if you wanted to. I don't
can,
know
you
why
can
you
cancel.
would. You might as well keep it if you're gonna sign up for it.
Yeah, why
But
not?
30 days free of Covenant Eyes.
Hey, that's right.